Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release a legacy video every Friday. Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another legacy video. This will be the last video of 2024. Thanks so much everyone for tuning in throughout the year, and today I'm playing a show and tell storm variant that I played like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months ago. I can't remember. Played it a little bit. It was a lot of fun. Um, Not terrible. So that's a pretty decent bar to try and climb. Basically, what this deck wants to do is it wants to cast either show and tell or build up a mind's desire, and then the payoff cards are Atraxa and Emrakul, and then we also have Dark Petition, and we also have Omniscience. And this is in straight Demir colors, so our protection is Force of Will and Thoughtseize. For the sideboard, I have some stuff for the Eldrazi matchup, Harbinger of the Seas and Consigned to Memory, some extra Forces of Negation and Duresses for the tempo, or sorry, the combo matchups. Duress is also nice for the tempo matchup. And yeah, let's give it a go. All right, round one on the play. We're up against Bosch and Roll, so that's going to be fun. Okay, so I'm going to keep this hand, and I'm going to go Polluted Delta fetch. Probably Basic Island, cast Ponder. We could also just lay into Wasteland, but I do like having... No, I guess we don't... We have access to Basic Island if they're on a Blood Moon deck. So, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's okay then in that case to fetch an Underground Sea. We're insulated versus Blood Moon. Underground Sea means if we find Show and Tell, then we can on turn 2 cast Show and Tell. So let's do that. Cast the Ponder. We don't find Show and Tell, we find another Brainstorm and another land. Is this worth it? I think actually I'm going to shuffle these. It's close, but I do think I'm going to shuffle. Ooh, and I do hit the Show and Tell. And I guess we don't need to do the Dark Ritual thing. Okay, into an open like blue fetch land, I don't feel like casting. Just like jamming Show and Tell is where I want to be at. So we find more combo pieces. I think probably I put away Atraxa and Dark Ritual. And then I play Snow-Covered Island. And then I probably fetch Lorne Revealed. There is a world where we instead cast draw Dark Ritual. No, but we can't get to the blue then, so never mind. So Meticulous Archive, this could be Nadu or like Dreadnought, I guess. Okay. Windswept Heath makes me think it's Nadu. Ponder. Okay. So the question is, how long can we keep this up? They shuffle. Okay. Okay, my best draw here, without a doubt, is a Thoughtseize. I could get Undercity Sewers, but I kind of want to... No, actually, I do think I am going to get Undercity Sewers, because if I don't hit Thoughtseize or Force of Will here, then I hit Mind's Desire. That's really interesting. Also not incredibly helpful. Okay, let's put Polluted Delta into the graveyard and pass. I mean, this is a little bit of the coward's play, right? They could be not sitting on Force of Will, and in which case we just have the win sewn up. Urza's Saga, yeah, it's definitely Nadu. And there is Teferi. Okay, Teferi is in, so that means the counter magic on our side is off. Still means Thoughtseize is still our best draw here. They draw a card. kind of playing like they are like desperately searching for something. Okay, I think I'm gonna just cast Show and Tell here and win if they don't have Force, and if they do have Force, it's a 2-for-1, and then next turn I can hard cast Lorien Revealed. I do kind of expect them to have. They don't have Force of Will. Okay. So, am I punished for putting in Omniscience here? I don't think so. So I'm gonna put in on Omniscience. They have Nadu. I'm gonna cast Atraxa. Atraxa resolves. Let's get a Thoughtseize and a Lotus Petal, and I guess a Force of Will, though it doesn't do anything. Yeah, okay, and they concede. All right, so we're up against a Nadu deck, and I don't know that I have a lot to really push the advantage there. I think the extra copies of Discard Spell is nice. I think possibly on the play Harbinger is interesting. But I think this is one of the issues I have with this deck is that the package feels very tight, so there isn't a lot to board out. Like maybe this is not a Wasteland matchup, so maybe I can board out a basic island. And like, what else? The problem with Mind's Desire is I think like any reduction of Mind's Desire number is immediately like makes the other ones worse. I think I will cut. It's between I think a Lorien Revealed, a Lotus Petal, and a Dark Petition. Yeah, maybe it's a petal. I don't know. I think I'd rather have the petal and then cut a Lorien Revealed. So it's interesting that we could have just played the Show and Tell the turn before we did. Before the Teferi resolves, I think, right? Yeah, this doesn't work, unfortunately. They mulligan to 6, so I'm gonna mulligan to 6. And this works. The only issue is I need everything here. So I'm gonna keep oh gosh, this is hard. So if I would be able to keep my entire hand, I could go turn 2, cast Dark Ritual, and then cast Thoughtseize, then cast Show and Tell. I think that's still going to be my plan, but I'm going to put Lotus Petal on the bottom. I don't want to see Deafening Silence here. Okay, that's good. All right. They did not shuffle. So we draw, well, Ancient Tomb. So that means I think I'm supposed to Thoughtseize right now. We see Force of Will, Brainstorm, not. They have the combo. So basically, okay, so basically here, I'm going to take Force of Will. Next turn, they will likely play Nomads, which means when I then Show and Tell, they can put in Nadu, I put in Omniscience. Then I have priority. Then I can cast Emrakul. So I'm going to be casting the Emrakul, I think, no matter what, right? I mean, that is, of course, unless they might have hid like another impactful card on top of their deck, like another counterspell. There's the Cavern, probably named Soldier or whatever this is. Yeah, Nomad. All right. I draw another Force of Will. That's probably not going to be good enough here if I have to fight, because that means losing the Omniscience. But let's see. They might just be incentivized to put in the Nadu, and they are. Okay, I put in Omniscience. They put in Nadu. I cast Emrakul. And then we have to see if that's good enough. They can draw quote unquote 4 cards here. So they do that. They reveal Orm's Chant. And they can kick Orm's Chant. Oh, they reveal the Illusionist too. And then Ponder. And then the last one is another Nadu. So that was the 4 cards they got. They got no lands. They can't kick the chant here. So I think that means I just get to win because of the Time Walk. And they, oh yeah, of course they can go again. Never mind. So if they find another white land here, they can kick the Orm's Chant. So yeah, no, I forgot about that. Okay, 2 more hits to go. There's Teferi. It has to be a white mana this turn. And that means it also can't be Force of Will. Well, so that means I get to cast my Force of Will on this Orange Chant. And I don't think they have an answer to this, right? Yeah, all right. Well, we drew hot there. Sweet. Off to round number 2. All right, on the play once more for round number 2 here. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. The second Dark Petition, kind of awkward, but yeah, could be worse. So I probably will cast Ponder here, but I am a little bit tempted to play around Blood Moon by just floating this Delta, but that probably doesn't work. Oh, this is that thing. I've seen this in like one of the videos, I think from Bosch and Roll, I can't remember, but where it's like an affinity deck. Well, we'll see. I think probably there's no Blood Moon in the Leyline Axe deck. So how does this work? 2 turns from now, I will have like 3 lands in play plus the pedal. That's 4. Dark Ritual makes it 6. And then I can show and tell and get Emrakul into play. But that means my opponent has gotten the turn twice. I don't think that's good enough. I'm going to shuffle these. Another Dark Ritual. Yeah, that's pretty okay with the composition of our hand. Oh, this is a blue deck. Yikes. Don't want to see Force of Will if I can help it. Emery. Okay, so it's like 8 cast. Okay, so this is definitely a Force of Will deck. Yeah, I think I just fetch here. So if we can like afford to be patient, we can get to a point where I think we can maybe cast the Mind's Desire, but not if this is Chalice. Okay, it's Patchwork. But I mean, they can deal us 20 probably pretty quickly. They have 2 cards in hand. They're about to draw a 3rd. Maybe a 4th if they replay the bauble. How does this work? Costs 3 to equip. I think I might be 1 turn too slow here. So let's see, if I get my turn, I have to play a Scalding Tarn. Then I have 3, it becomes 5, becomes 7, becomes 5 post Dark Petition. So yeah, I'm 1 mana short from getting to Mind's Desire. So unless I draw like Lotus Petal or Dark Ritual. Let's get Undercity Sewers. We don't want Underground Sea. They have 1 card in hand. So, but then they draw. Oh, I did draw another Dark Ritual. That's pretty interesting. Let's see. Now they bauble me? Okay. So I'm not going to play like they have Force here. So let's just do the math. We go 3 lands, becomes 5 with Dark Ritual, 7 with Dark Ritual, 9 with Dark Ritual, becomes 4 with Dark Petition, but then another 7. So this would be Mind's Desire for 5, which is not amazing. But let's see. They do appear to have F6. I don't know. Can I go Mind's, or let's see, if I go Dark Petition for Dark Ritual, I would be at 5, it becomes another 7, and then another 5. That works, right? Okay, so I'm about to have 5 black. I go for the last Dark Ritual, that becomes 7 black, so that's the same as before. Yeah, okay. So we can build Storm that way. Let's get Mind's Desire. And hopefully not whiff. We have 7 copies of Mind's Desire about to go on the stack. Okay, so we hit Lotus Petal. We hit Thoughtseize. Ooh, another Mind's Desire. That should lock it up. Brainstorm. Let's just cast the Brainstorm real quick. And put back Ancient Tomb and Lotus Petal. And Lauren revealed that was a pretty sick Mind Desire. I'm gonna Thoughtseize them. They have another Emery. They saw Show and Tell, so let's just draw some cards here. Let's cast this Atraxa. Oh, never mind, I can't. That actually costs mana. Let's cast the Petals. So we want to hit Omniscience and or Emrakul with this Mind's Desire for 13. There's Omniscience. Our opponent is generously letting us resolve this. There's the Emrakul, okay. We could be brainstorming here, but there's no need. So let's cast Omniscience. Cast this Atraxa. Do I show them Atraxa? I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. That prompted the concession. Cool. So you'd have to imagine they have blue stuff here, blue interaction. The question is what? And are they a Chalice of the Void deck? I mean, 8 cast traditionally is. So I don't know. I think I need some kind of bounce. And Harbinger of the Seas probably isn't that good. I mean, it's going to shut off their Urza Saga, but especially not on the draw, I don't think it's going to be good enough. Consign to Memory, maybe. Maybe another discard spell, although, like, if they are a Chalice deck, I don't know. Maybe we just want 2 bounce effects and 1 Consign to Memory. And let's cut the basic island. And a Lorien Revealed. And maybe a Ponder, if this is a Chalice deck. I'm recording this the day before New Year's Eve, and some jokers are firing off fireworks in my yard here, so if there's a little bit of noise, I do apologize. So how sad will I be if our opponent has a Chalice for 1 here? Probably pretty sad. Also, this is like a 1-lander. Do you have the Lorien? I don't know. I'm actually I'm gonna mulligan this. I'm gonna keep this and bottom and Omniscience and pass turn, or rather, pass priority. Okay, they go land go. Makes me quite suspicious of them having like Flusterstorm or Consign to Memory, maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna fire off the Thoughtseize. I'm just gonna pass and get a Surveil land going. Patchwork, you got it. And they don't have any zeros. That's interesting. I guess they can just play them next turn, but that's a little bit interesting. Love to find Show and Tell here. And then eventually a land. Emrakul. I don't think I want Emrakul. This is going to shuffle the deck. So I don't think that hugely matters, but kind of undoes our thing here. Okay, that was good. So I'm going to just Thoughtseize here and hope that I draw land or a Dark Ritual or Petal next turn. Okay, so they have Aether Spellbomb. That doesn't really do anything. They have Force of Will and Thoughtcast, I guess. Okay, I'm going to take the Force of Will and pass. This is probably okay, another Patchwork. And they, I guess, dump out their, and they drew a Bauble. Okay, so we have perfect information. You play the Bauble or the Opal here, right? Yeah. And so they can Thoughtcast, which I think I just have to let resolve. I could force it pitching the Mind's Desire, but I think I'm okay with them drawing 2. We do kind of need to hit something like right now, like hit a land, but we do have a lot of mana effects. So I take 4, I'm at 13, and then next turn I am on the face of it at 6. Land? Oh, oof, okay. That probably means we've lost. They would need to put 3 artifacts on the stack. This is artifacts that counts, right? Yeah. They have 5 cards. We know one of them is an artifact. I'm also like at an effective 12 right now. Another patchwork. I think that's okay because that actually costs 2 mana. So I'm at, there's Haywire Might. Let's just see here. This can kill Omniscience if they have another artifact. But I'm at 11 right now. Or rather, they have 11 power, so if I force, I can't fetch. So I think I just have to let this resolve. If they don't have another mana, then it's also not important. Okay, come on, please, land. Just not Ancient Tomb. Those are off. No! Okay. Well, that sucked. Do I change anything here? I probably don't. For the third game, I think maybe I like having another discard spell, like go turn 1 discard. I'll probably cut the consign. I'm kind of thinking they don't have Chalice. 2 out of 3 games so far, no Chalice in sight. Probably when you're on that patchwork automaton version, you're more of an aggro deck. Yeah. This is turn 1 show and tell. Put in Omniscience, have 2 Ponders to find a win. Unless, of course, they're able to... Okay, they keep 7. I could try and cantrip here and find Force of Will or discard. I think that's probably correct because they are a Force of Will deck and they kept 7. I find both. But that now means I only have 1 Ponder. Yeah, I mean, let's just still grab these. I can't really use the Force of Will. Then I don't have a Ponder. Maybe I'm supposed to play the Pedal, but they're never going to show and tell. Or, they're never going to... What am I saying? They're never going to play a Chalice for 0 is what I mean. Okay, so they have Mox Opal and Pedal. So now they can potentially do a lot of nasty things. And if they have Haywire Might, then we're in a lot of trouble. We should be able to find out. Okay, let's cast a Stark Ritual. If they were to like Flusterstorm this, then we have another one coming next turn. And we dress. Do you have the Haywire Might? Force of Will and Kappa Cannoneer. Okay, so we will get to do what we came here to do, but they will also have something semi-nasty in play. And we know the top card of our deck doesn't help, so Ponder will look at 2 fresh cards. Okay, they chose Thought Monitor. That's interesting. So their hand is Kappa Cannoneer and 2 unknowns. I have free Force of Will right now, so we need to not whiff on this Ponder. Flusterstorm here is a savage beating. Metallic Rebuke. Okay, I'm gonna force 0. We have to resolve this Ponder because we can't afford to just draw a Dark Ritual here. Oh, look at that. Chef's Kiss, Emrakul. And then we'll draw the Force of Will. Alright, we draw Force of Will. They're about to have no permanence, and we should get the concession. Alright, cool. 2-0. Let's go for round number 3. Alright, on the play once more for round number 3 against Jesus MTG. And you know what? I think I keep this. And then my plan is going to be to fetch for Undercity Sewers and hopefully find any land. And then have turn 2 show and tell with Force of Will backup. Turn 1 Ponder off of Basic Island. They choose not to shuffle. Okay. Alright, Undercity Sewers. Show me a land or a Petal. Not a Dark Petition. Put that in the graveyard. Gives up the ghost of what we're doing here. Come on, land, 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 land. Ugh. Okay, well, at least it was a Brainstorm. Let's cast that. Get out of here. Seriously? Ugh. Okay. I guess we put back Show and Tell and Ponder. And then probably immediately lose if opponent has Wasteland. I upped my land count from 15 to 16 this go around from the last time I played it. 16 lands, 4 Lotus Petal, and the thing, the 3 Lauren reveals. But yeah. And if opponent, which it does seem to be some kind of control deck, has any like Spell Pierce or Counterspell here, they're gonna snap it off. Okay. Do I take this? You know what? I think I probably have to. So I'm going to take this petal. But here's what I'm going to do. I am going to not play it out. Because if opponent has Prismatic Ending, I really don't want this to die. But also, I want to discard Emrakul to get a shuffle. Because I still think that next turn, Show and Tell, put in Omniscience. Cast Mind's Desire, which would then be for Petal 1, Ritual 2, Show and Tell 3, potential Counter War 5 and 6, or sorry, 4 and 5 is going to be good enough. But we'll see. Taiga, interesting. Is this like Beanstalk? What is this? 4th Airlingas. You can 4th your Airlingas here, being tapped out. So they get a Horsey and they get the initiative. I mean, if they have double force, then it's a problem, but hey, imagine if I draw a Thoughtseize here. Okay, I don't. So I'm going to play the petal first, in case they have Daze and would be incentivized to play it if they didn't see the petal. They might still play it, but... Okay, let's cast Show and Tell. And if they force here, which I'm assuming they're going to do, I think I have to force pitching the second Show and Tell, which of course is unfortunate if they have another force, but if they have 2 forces here with the Monarchy as well, I think I'm dead. Okay, so that resolved. So they... Oh no, they had Leyline Binding. Okay, GG's. Yeah, oh, that is not a good matchup for us. The Leyline Binding, like just having 4 main deck, like, you know, beat whatever you put in with Show and Tell is not good. Okay, we want discard. We want Consign to Memory because that can counter the Leyline trigger. I think Harbinger of the Seas is a decent shout here in this matchup. So what do we cut? I think we cut... I mean, this is it. Like, bring in 7 cards. I don't really have 7 cards to board out. If I shave like a lot of stuff here, it's kind of rough. Like, I'm bringing in Consign to Memory and in part Duress to beat Leyline, but that means I'm keeping in Show and Tell. There's also a world where we just trim on Show and Tell. Right, let's trim a Dark Petition. Let's trim a Lorne Revealed. Probably not a basic island. Although maybe a basic island. And then I think I trim 1 Show and Tell. And what else? Like maybe a Ponder. Maybe Lotus Petal. That's not pretty. I'm not loving this. What's worse? The second Lauren Revealed or the first Dark Petition? I think Dark Petition is worse here. It gives us fewer hits off of Mind's Desire, which is not ideal, but it's also just like a big fat sorcery that easily gets countered. Alright, let's have a good one here. I'll keep. Opponent mulligans to 6. We'd like to see that. They're down to 5. Keep it coming. Alright, let's cast Ponder. Well, we can just basically never put in, like, cast Show and Tell without checking their hand first or having Consign. So I think I have to shuffle these. Because I think that's what they've, like, mulliganed towards. The Dark Ritual is nice. That sort of can build towards a Mind's Desire. Alright, there was a long pause on my opponent's second main phase, but they eventually passed. We find Atraxa. So show and tell Atraxa is not the worst, right? It gives us a refill. That's interesting. So if I go Ancient Tomb, show and tell, I'll have 5 cards put in Atraxa's 4 cards. So I can only really refill 3, like 4 if one is a pedal. I think maybe I'm gonna wait a turn and get the surveil going here. Like if I surveil into a discard spell, I would love that. They're also showing me basic island here. I wonder how many other basics they have. I forgot to check which ones they used to cast the 4th Aerolingus last game. Misty Rainforest and a pass. Okay. Let's get Undercity Sewers. Love to find a discard spell. Mind's Desire. Kind of don't want this in the graveyard, but I'm also not interested in drawing it, so. Thoughtseize. Okay. So I think I will Thoughtseize showing them Ancient Tomb. It kind of gives away that I'm capable of casting Show and Tell, but I also don't want this Thoughtseize to just eat up Spell Pierce. If they force here, I think I force back pitching Dark Ritual, or sorry, Dark Ritual, pitching Mind's Desire, and then the Surgical Mind's Desire. That's clever. Okay. That means I can no longer Force of Will. It also means if they Force of Will right now and have Leyline, then the jig is up. Alright. They exiled my Mind's Desires. And then what? Okay. So I can take the Leyline Binding, then I cast Show and Tell. Then they trigger the Atraxa trigger, and then I'm racing them with a 7/7. I think that's still preferable here. Yeah, let's just do that. If they put in Dampening Sphere, then their consign costs an extra mana, right? Because they cast Surgical. Definitely wish I had the Omniscience right now, but hey. Okay, so there's a Bayou. We put in a Atraxa, and they just put in their land. Yep. So we're about to get the trigger stifled, which is fine. Well, it's not fine. It's we knew it was coming. Yep. There's no need to replicate. They know our hand, but there's also no cost to doing it, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now it's Atraxa versus Dampening Sphere and whatever they surveil off of Flooded Strand here. So if they just get to Fairy or Leyline Binding, they have a lot of outs. I don't know if they have, and they keep it on top. Yikes, that probably means GG's here. Okay, no, it was a Ponder. Come on, shuffle. I just need to untap here and then draw either a blue card or a land, and I have Force of Will to protect my 7/7. They shuffle. Oh, they're paying cost for something. No. Okay, it's Dampening Sphere. Fine. Yeah. I think that's gonna help me more than them now. They're the ones that have to do something, but of course I draw like one of the, I guess, few useless cards here. Bummer. All right. So they have one unknown. They're about to be two unknowns. Oh, that was such a bad draw. Tamio, okay. Come on, blue card or mana, please. Okay, I'll take it. Blue card. They chose not to chump here. I guess if they draw Brainstorm, that's kind of powerful. I guess they have to attack. No attack, just pass. I draw my consign. Here comes Atraxa. They jump. Tamio makes a noble sacrifice here. I think we have it all covered here. Yeah, you can have Leyline Binding. And I will cast with Replicate. Oh, just Replicate once. Alright, does that just need to be one then? I'm still not... Yeah, Replicate one, okay. So I'll just... Hey, there we go. Okay, they pay a mana to Force of Will, but I have the Replicate. What was pitched here? Force, pitching Force. Okay. Alright. So we kind of got there. That didn't feel very pretty, but what else do we want here? I feel like maybe going down to a show and tell feels kind of criminal. Do I want something to bounce? They could be playing, they're white, they could be playing like Lavinia or something. I think probably we can cut a couple of Harbingers. Being on the draw and all. Maybe we bring in Lotus Petal and Otawara. Let's try this. Ugh. Is this a hand that can be kept? I think it can be kept. Because we have Brainstorm to get rid of these redundant Emrakuls. Duress. I think I save the Duress. That might be not so clever, I don't know. Lush Portico. So, if they go Damping Sphere on their turn, I might just want to consign it to memory. I'm not sure I want to be playing against that card. Oh, it's the Leyline thing. Sign of Draco. Okay, cool. Okay. They're just passing here, so I'm gonna take my turn. Love to draw like a fetch land or something. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, we hit the jackpot here. Okay, so let's get rid of, I think it's City of Traders. So next turn I'll have 3 blue-black lands. So I'll have blue-blue, and then with Dark Ritual, black-black-black. I can cast Duress. Yeah, I think this is it. So we just need them to not do something catastrophic right now. Like Teferi would honestly be pretty annoying. Also, like Veil of Summer on my Duress would also be a real pain in the butt. I will absolutely fight over a Damping Sphere right now if they were to put that on the stack. They put a tap land into play. There's Tamio. You can have Tamio. I'm gonna fetch Undercity Sewers. I guess like another discard spell might be my best draw. Or maybe Force of Will. Then I don't have Consign. Okay, I'll put Ancient 2 in the graveyard. Basic Island. Okay, I'm gonna cast Dark Ritual. And then Duress. If they Veil of Summer this, then it's annoying. Okay, they do. Alright. Well, I'm gonna cast Show and Tell anyways. And then hope that they have a Leyline. They had Force. Okay. Yeah. Veil of Summer is a pretty clutch card. Okay, they pitch Consign of Memory. And now it's massively swung in their favor. Ugh. They cash in their clue token. Maybe they ponder to flip Tamio? Nope. Okay. Okay, so we're sort of spinning our wheels here, which is not great. They're drawing twice per turn, so it does feel a little bit like ice skating uphill here. Drawing immediately. Makes me think they have something they feel like they might be able to put in. Show and tell. Nope. There's a swamp. Is this worth playing out? I think I might just hang on to it in case I draw Brainstorm. And is this where they choose not to tap to draw with the clue? Probably. Maybe. Nope, they do draw. It's funny, that one Harbinger of the Seas I have in might actually just nuke their lands right now. Ugh. Okay. I mean, I'm playing this out, but it seems increasingly impossible that this can result in anything but a win for them. They've drawn, I think, 3 extra cards. It's about to be 4. Surgical and Show and Tell. I mean, I still have my Desire, but I am going to concede to that and move on with my life. All right, GG's opponent. Yeah, like this Surgical doesn't only like take my Show and Tells away, it basically also like mind twists my hand for 3. Like the Emrakul and the 2 Omnisciences are basically just bricks. All right, on the draw with a hand that I think can be defended, so I'm going to keep this. We're up against Easy Money Maker, or Easy Money Marksman, who is a grinder. I would expect them to be on a tempo deck or like Nadu deck, maybe. I don't know. Okay, we're getting thought seized. They take Omniscience. Okay. Well, I mean that is the one combo card in our hand, so let's play a Delta and pass and probably go for an Undercity Sewers on the end of our opponent's turn. Brainstorm. So, like, Underground Sea, Thoughtseize, Brainstorm. So our opponent is either a tempo deck, I would assume, or some kind of combo deck. And they have more stuff to do. Another Thoughtseize. Okay, our hand is pretty much gone here. We can eventually, like, in 2 turns from now, we can Dark Ritual out Lorne Revealed, draw 3, but yeah, I don't know. This feels like might not happen. Ugh, more lands. And let's draw. Yeah, let's play a land and cast a Ponder. Probably we want to draw the Brainstorm and put Mind's Desire second from top, and we can then have a little think about whether or not we want to draw that Mind's Desire. The answer is probably no, but not sure. If our opponent is like trying to reanimate something here, we can at least Brainstorm. Okay, if it's Troll, I'm not gonna be brainstorming. Entomb, okay, so that's pretty scary. There's Atraxa, but they're passing. Do I cash in this Brainstorm right now? So like if I draw Mind's Desire, I'm still like pretty far away from doing anything with it. If I cast Brainstorm now, I can then untap, draw, and then cast Dark Ritual, Lorien Revealed. I don't know. It's just that loses to a daze. That was pretty good. Okay. I don't want to lose to a daze though, if I can help it. That would suck immensely. But if I then go Dark Ritual, Lorne Revealed, it's just cycling the Lorne Revealed, which is also not amazing. Let's pass. Give them one more turn. And we have the force to stop their thing, which they didn't have Reanimate last turn or didn't want to play it, but I would put them on playing it if they had it. Animate dead. Okay, I'm gonna pitch Brainstorm to this force. They're brainstorming, okay. Okay, if they didn't find a force backup, maybe they found Reanimate? No, okay. So we take a draw step, and let's cast Lore Revealed. And I think I thought seize now, and then hopefully win next turn. Okay, get rid of Ponder. So we have to hope they don't, like, they're going to surveil here most likely. And we just have to hope they don't find an animation spell. They didn't. So one draw step to rule them all. Thoughtseize would also suck immensely. Oh, they're passing. Think I just... No, I'll play this land. And here's Atraxa. Maybe they drew like Archon. That would be a cruel joke. They petty theft her. Okay, I mean, that's fine. So let's take Omniscience and Mind's Desire and Dark Ritual and Ancient Tomb. And, well, we just have to pass here. Another draw step for them to draw an animation spell. They didn't. Okay. Show and tell. That's much better. I'm going to put in Omniscience. They concede. Okay, cool. We take game one. Let's clutch. So, discard spells seem good. Fairy Macabres seem good. Probably. That's just about what we want here. I think I'm not worried about casting Show and Tell versus them because they don't play very many fatties. Question is, how much of a tempo deck are they? Are they playing Wastelands? Should I be worried about that? So I'm bringing 5 cards. I think I'm going to cut the Dark Petitions and a Lorn Revealed and a Lotus Petal. And then what's the last cut? I'll cut a Ponder. I'll keep this hand. It's not great, but we have redundancy on the cantrips. Opponent kept 7 as well. They're not Thoughtseizing us. I think probably, I don't know. I think I'm going to cast the Ponder here because this loses to them having like Entomb into animation. Well, now it no longer loses to that. But I also just don't want to get like gotten by a Wasteland. So I'm going to take the Fairy Macabre. We have a fetch land on top, and then we have an Emrakul coming that we probably don't want. Okay, they didn't do anything end of turn, and they're just passing here. Makes me think they may be on like Bowmasters or something. So I'm just going to pass here. If they have Bowmasters, I will brainstorm. They have Brainstorm. Maybe I brainstorm now then. I know there's an Emrakul. I can put that back in one of the Mind's Desires. Oof. Still my heart. Okay, I'll put away Emrakul and Mind's Desire, I guess. Although now, like, if they Thoughtseize me, taking Mind's Desire suddenly became a priority. If they don't Thoughtseize us here on our turn, or on their turn, and we can surveil into a land, this hand is looking pretty tasty all of a sudden. Next turn, they fetch, they surveil like a boss. Like what they found. Entomb. Okay, you got it. This makes me think they don't have discard, because they would have led on that. Okay, let's remove Atraxa and I think Entomb, because if they have like Tamio or something. Okay, let's surveil and look for a land. Or even better, Lotus Petal. Or even better, Chantel. Okay, sweet. This is so sweet. Well, this is the window they have to counter this, unless they have more than one counterspell, of course, which they could have. Dark Ritual, Duress. No, they have double force. That's so gross. Okay. I'll take one and I will pass. Them having petty theft is also not nothing. They brainstormed and just passed. So I could go Mind's Desire for 4 here. Or I could wait a turn and see if I hit a land, and then I could go. Could I squeeze in a show and tell then? Maybe not. Uh, Troll of Khazad-dûm. Emrakul. That was just not a helpful draw whatsoever. I think I'll run the gambit, run the risk here. Pass one more turn. Then more surveil. Nope. This is just flashing in the Brazen Borrower. It certainly is. Okay. Beats are on. Just don't draw Thoughtseize, please. Moving to combat and reanimating the troll. Okay. So their hand is Force of Will and 2 cards we don't know about. Ponder. Okay, I think I ponder. If they have an Orcish Bowmasters here, that's pretty bad. They don't. Okay. I think I take the Underground Sea here. And I try the Mind's Desire plan. And if they Force of Will this Dark Ritual here, thinking that that's what gets me to Mind's Desire, then I just have the run of Show and Tell into Omniscience. Oh no, Force of Negation really? Is their last card also a blue card? Probably. Yeah, alright. GG's. Yeah, because what did I put on top? It's a Lauren revealed, right? Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay. They beat us. Does anything change for game number 3? Probably not. I think we're sort of all right with 5 discard spells and the 4 Force of Will. Yeah, this is a mulligan. So is this, unfortunately. Yeah, like if I had Show and Tell instead of one of the other payoff spells, then maybe. Yeah, mulligan. They mulligan to 6. Alright, let's keep this. And I think I have to bottom Force of Will and Basic Island here. And then I probably lead on Thoughtseize. I'm not feeling optimistic, I must say. Okay, they have Brainstorm and Atraxa. I think I take the Brainstorm here. It's a little bit risky, but because it means we have to find another answer for their Force of Will. Misty Pass. Okay, so now Show and Tell. Oops. Show and Tell is castable. So if I can find, like, well, I'll take this. We still need something to put in with the Show and Tell. And also they have Atraxa, lest we forget, which is actually a little bit of a problem. Well, I guess it depends on what we put in. They don't shuffle. Lucky. Draw Brainstorm, and I think we pass. They surveil. I think I kind of want to surveil as well. They put an Underground Sea into the graveyard. They had an Underground Sea. That means they still have a polluted Delta in hand. And let's get Undercity Sewers here and hope for something good. Lorien revealed. I think I don't want that. I think I brainstorm here. If they have Bowmasters, it's not great, but I think I need to cast Brainstorm here. This is castable. That would be funny. Okay, let's put away Dark Ritual and the Duress for now. And I will play Underground Sea and pass. So they, like, as soon as they start representing it or presenting us with a threat, the whole texture of the game changes. There's the polluted Delta. So I think I cast Ponder here. There's a Dark Ritual on top. And two more show and tells. That's a shuffle. Island. I don't think casting this is ever going to win me the game, but it is a little bit tempting. But no, let's cast this Duress. Okay, so they drew Animate Dead and Brazen Borrower. Let's take the Force of Will. They thought about casting Brazen Borrower, then thought better of it. Okay, they play their Swamp and then just pass. Come on, Emrakul. Duress. I think I sit on that. Like, if they cast Brazen Borrower, which I think they will soon, then we can at least play Fairy Macabre and then use it as a blocker. Entomb, okay. So they're going to put Archon, I guess. Tameo. And reanimate on the Tameo. I do think I remove Tameo. I think I'll take the Force of Will as well. Okay, so we know their hand. And now I think I will duress their Animate Dead. Unless I should be hanging on to the duress. Nah. Let's take the Animate Dead. That means they can't like just top deck Entomb and win. They're passing. Brainstorm is nice. I think I might just cast that right now. It's not ideal. I'm gonna put back Dark Ritual and the Brainstorm and then pass. They're just not willing to play the Brazen Borrower. Ponder, okay. They don't shuffle and they pass. Okay, I think I'm just gonna take my draw step and pass here and then Brainstorm on my next turn to see 3 fresh cards. I'm thinking they aren't playing Wasteland. Dark Ritual, I would love to find Mind's Desire. I don't. I find Omniscience, which is not ideal with their their Brazen Borrower in hand. Let's get rid of the Ancient Tomb and the Show and Tell, one of the Show and Tells. And I will just pass. This is finally it. The Brazen Borrower's time to shine is finally upon us. When they did this last game, they had the Troll as well. And I need to shuffle here, lest we forget. Alright, come on. Big Mind's Desire. I mean, that's going to make Mind's Desire so good when I draw it next turn, right? I think I can't cast Show and Tell, like, even if I were to hit my Emrakul, because they can just, like, sacrifice enough permanents and then still keep their Atraxa around. They're passing. Come on. Yes, okay. Alright, so this is Mind's Desire for 4 copies. Could be 5 if I chose to Show and Tell or Force of Will, like one of the petals, which might be worth it here, because, yeah, I could also cast Show and Tell. Then I put in Omniscience. Then they cast their thing. How much mana do I have here? Hang on. So I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's exactly Show and Tell plus Mind's Desire. Yeah, I think that's actually better. Let's try that. I mean, it sucks if they hit like Consign to Memory off of Atraxa. I think, yeah, well, no guts, no glory, right? I guess this is only one more spell. Okay, they're dazing it. Love that. Okay, I'm not paying. I guess I could have Force of Willed that daze, huh? But then they get an Atraxa and I don't get anything, so yeah. Let's just take that. And if they have like Consign to Memory or Flusterstorm, then it's It sucks, but we know one of their 5 cards, and it's Atraxa. No. Oh no! I should have forced that. I thought that was the replicate. I thought there was a trigger on the stack. Holy smokes. Okay. I guess we lose. Unless, I don't know, like I flip exactly like Emrakul or Atraxa or something. Okay, if they have force, now I have force, which I'm guessing they didn't expect, but they might just have another force. One spell to rule them all. No, and they have another force. Scoundrel. Okay, we'll pass. And we're on a 3-turn clock here, which means a 2-turn clock for me, basically. And they still have the Atraxa in hand. No, they pitched that. They have Entomb now. Is their last card in hand to reanimate? Sewers, okay. And they put Entomb into the graveyard. I have to basically hit Show and Tell and Creature, or like Dark Ritual and then like Mind's Desire next turn to have like a chance. And now they show me the Wasteland. Okay, so I was wrong. Interesting. Come on, Mind's Desire? Brainstorm? No. All right, that was cool. Cool games. GG's opponent. All right, final round on the draw here. Positive record on the line. Yeah, we'll keep this little bit of a discombobulated hand, disconnected hand here, but like it's not amazing when if you draw show and tell, it's not going to win you the game or even do anything, but this could potentially do something. It has force of will. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time letting hands like these go. Ooh, mono red, I guess. Okay, so now show and tell does the trick. Here's Undercity Sewers. And like Lotus Petal plays well with Mind's Desire, but I don't think it's what we're after right now, so I'm gonna put that in the graveyard. And so if push comes to shove here and I have to force something, what should I be forcing? Pitching, I mean, I think it's probably the Lorien revealed, but that also is what keeps me from just choking out under a Blood Moon. They have Blood Moon. I think I just let that happen because of the revealed. Another Lotus Petal. I guess let's just play this basic swamp and pass. This is the ring. I think we probably have to force that. And I'll pitch Omniscience, which now means drawing show and tell doesn't do anything. I could just, like 2 turns from now, I could go like Mind's Desire for 3, but that doesn't seem good enough. Let's get a basic island here. I guess like a Dark Ritual right now. We can cast Mind's Desire for 4. No Dark Ritual. Okay, we pass. And we are like shields down here. They have Pyrogoyf. Okay, so that deals us 3. That's acceptable. Thoughtseize means we have to take a turn off here if we want Thoughtseize to like count for Storm, which I think would be correct right now. And we are like constantly risking them drawing something relevant like a Trinisphere or a Chalice for 1 or something. Another Pyrogoyf. I guess that means I'm taking a lot of damage. Taking 6 and then another 3 from the first one attacking me. Holy moly. Okay, I'm suddenly like dead next turn. They didn't attack. I think that was a misclick. Dark Ritual. Okay, Ancient Tomb. Ugh. So, do I get this one more turn? They're going to deal me 6. I mean, I guess if they have another Pyrogoyf. Does it say Pyrogoyf or Lurgoyf? Yeah. I think I I'm gonna risk it for one more crack at storm here. I don't think they can get anything into their graveyard to grow the goyfs, but I could be wrong. Guessing they're gonna remember to attack now. Yep. So I go to 4. They're paying. Oh no. Okay, Fable. Sure. All right, this is it. Some castable spell, please. Wasn't it? Okay. So Mind's Desire for 4 it is. And I'll be at 2 here. So if they have like Lightning Bolt, that would be hilarious. Okay, they have Fury. Okay. Blue, blue, red, 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 red. Mind's Desire. Come on. Yes! Oh, we immediately strike gold here. Hitting Mind's Desire off Desire is amazing. Brainstorm. Oh, and Atraxa. Hey. Never didn't have it. Let's cast the Brainstorm. Let's put back Brainstorm and Dark Petition. Keep the Force of Will in hand. Double Atraxa. Well, that was about as good a Mind's Desire for 4 as there is. Let's grab Emrakul, Force of Will, Omniscience, Ponder, and land. And I guess we cast second Atraxa. We'll keep one of them. Pretty sure of it. And let's grab Show and Tell, Dark Ritual. And I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to leave in an Omniscience to hit with the next Desire. I'll choose a land. So Storm is 7, and I'm at 2. So it's not trivial, actually. I do need to hit the last Emrakul, or a way to cast this Omniscience, or like hidden Omniscience. So I could like cast Ponder and force it. That doesn't seem good enough. What do I even want to hit with like a Ponder? Did I make my land drop here? This is my turn 6. This is my turn 6. Turn 6, I played Ancient Tomb, so I'm not hitting another land, so that doesn't matter. Like I could hit another, there's a 1 petal left. And if I were to hit that off of Desire, I can cast Show and Tell with Dark Ritual. So I think maybe I just have to cast this now. Oof, this is a lot more exciting than I thought it would have been. Okay, first hit is a land. Second hit is Brainstorm. I think I cast that and put back Emrakul and Omniscience. Second Emrakul. Oof. Put back both Emrakuls. And Thoughtseize. That's no good. Brainstorm again. I think we can cast that. We keep drawing this Emrakul. Let's put back. Wait, I guess like Show and Tell is also pretty good. I don't know. They concede. I actually don't think this was sort of academical here from here on out. All right, cool. Opponent got impatient. I don't blame them. I think Brazen Borrower and Ottawara and the 2 Consignment Memories and the Forces of Negation. Force of Negations. I don't know. It's a lot. Again, it's a lot to bring in. I think I will happily board out the Thoughtseizes. That's just 3 though. Yeah, this matchup probably isn't about casting Druidly Ponders, but I don't know. Cut a Dark Petition. Don't really feel like cutting anything else. Bring in these 7. I need to cut 2 of them. So let's get rid of 1 Brazen Borrower. No, I think honestly the auto aura is worse. And then I'll cut a consign memory. Because consign memory only really interacts with, I think, in a meaningful way with Chalice of the Void and the One Ring, which certainly is part of their game plan. But yeah, I guess I'll keep this. Opponent is down to mulligan to 6. I hope my opponent didn't think I was like showboating before, like casting all those brainstorms with the Mind's Desire triggers on the stack and stuff. Okay, they found 6. They just have a tap land and pass. Beautiful. Show and tell for the win? No. Okay, let's put a snow-covered island into play and pass. Mags of the Moon, okay. That certainly is a card. It shuts off my dark rituals for the time being. I think I brainstorm, but it's not great with no fetch lands to be able to shuffle, like with the magas in play. Okay, so how can we make this work? So I play the Ancient Tomb, and I pass. Then I take the turn, I pass, and then end of turn I Brazen Borrower, but then I still can't. Yeah, that was not so good. Put away Dark Ritual, put away one of the Mind's Desires. Play the Ancient Tomb and pass. I could try and race this, but that it seems like their deck is just much more, like, much better at like putting damage on the board. Fable. I think I probably force this. Pitching the other Force of Negation. And then just pass. So I draw what, just Dark Ritual? Or was it, yeah, it's the second Desire. I think it just pass. They have 4 mana now. Another Fable. I think I forced this as well, pitching Desire. But then, like, my engines are, or my cards are down here. I draw a Dark Ritual, I'm through the Brainstorm. So if I Petty Theft this Magus EOT, they have the third Fable, get out of here, okay. If I then draw any land, then I could go for a small Mind's Desire, which I think may be of interest. They could have a Pyroblast, of course. Okay, so that was just bounced. Land. Show and tell. Yep, that also kind of does it. Let's cast Dark Ritual. I suppose I could save my pedal, but like if they have something that removes Omniscience, then I think it's better to just put on, like, sacrifice the pedal to be able to put on Mind's Desire immediately. What do you have here? If it's the One Ring, that's actually, but I don't think it is. I think they would have played that before. Okay, it was a Blood Moon. Okay, we have to hit here. We have Storm is 4. We hit Brazen Borrower. No. Oh, that's just on the Adventurer. Oh, but opponent concedes. All right, sweet. All right, 3-2 record, which is fine. I feel like the matches we lost was either pretty close versus the Dimir Reanimator deck, which is probably a tough matchup, and then we lost, I think, in 3 games, but still pretty clearly. I'm not sure in the 5-color Leyline Binding deck, which is not an ideal matchup. So hopefully that's, like, there's not going to be a lot of that around. And then we got our way in a lot of the other matchups, which was pretty cool. I think this deck is pretty sweet. I think you do get a lot of that. Okay, Mind's Desire and Show and Tell doesn't really work together, and but I do think that like Mind's Desire having a lot of beefy targets. So basically, like if you ever resolve a Mind's Desire with like Storm being 3-ish, then you at least know you have 7 absolute banger hits here, like the remaining 3 desires and the 4 creatures. But then you also have like getting Omniscience into play is also really good. Oops, I just removed one. But yeah, so the Omniscience is on top of that, and then you also have like 2 Dark Petition and 3 Lore Revealed, which are also like relevant cards. And so I think like I like this as a Mind's Desire shell, but I think I have reached the conclusion that Mind's Desire is just I think it's of legacy power level, which means to say that you can put it in a deck and that you can perform in legacy, but I don't think it's not fitting into any tier 1 or 1.5 strategies. Unfortunately, because it's such a cool card, right? It's like I think for the first 10 years of me playing legacy, I just had fantasies about like wow, imagine if Mind's Desire was unbanned, but just like getting to that blue 4 mana is such an ask, and you do end up like just having better things to do if you're able to build enough storm where it matters a lot of the time. Like I tried it in an ad nauseum tendrils sort of shell, and I think like a lot of the times you either don't have enough storm where the fizzle rate becomes too high, or you have enough storm and enough mana, but at that point like Past in Flames is just deterministic a lot of the time. So and then there's also a lot of time where you aren't able to win, you aren't able to combo because of the extra requirements. Like Past in Flames requires effectively 5 mana, like effectively 4 to cast Past in Flames, and then 1 floating to cast the first ritual in your graveyard. The fact that this is an extra mana, that does matter. It matters quite significantly. And also the fact that it's blue, like you want needing blue in your combo deck that is base like black red is not negligible. So I think I've come to the conclusion that in like those kinds of storm decks, I've not really seen it fit. Then there was like a long time when people were trying out High Tide, and I think it's a fine card to play in High Tide, but I just think it doesn't fundamentally improve High Tide. High Tide still suffers from like needing 3, ideally more than 3 islands in play, but having a lot of the vulnerabilities of other combo decks where like you have to accrue resources because you're a storm deck. So like pitch counter spells are fine, but they're also like costing you relevant cards. And then giving your opponents 2, 3, 4 turns to develop their game plan and play like the One Ring, or I don't know, like Nadu, like combo you out, or prison pieces is not ideal. So having a better payoff spell in High Tide, I don't think really changed the game. So then there's this kind of deck, which I still consider to be mostly a kind of for fun exercise. I don't think I think you can probably build a better show and tell deck without putting Mind's Desire into it, but I also think it's not completely ridiculous, right? I think it is like it is pretty cool and pretty strong. It does powerful things, and you will win games as well. So I think one thing I would if I were to continue to like brew with this deck, then I really feel like something has to give in the sideboard. Like, I feel like I have too few things to remove, which made me want to consider building like a juke plan where you can basically like just not be a combo deck anymore and then like board into like Dimir creatures or something. So like if you had like four the One Ring, four Sheoldred, four Barrowgoyf, and then like three Fatal Push or something, that means you don't have any graveyard hate um, or anything. But I'd be kind of interested in that because as it is, like trying to navigate different matchups and having tools in the sideboard when you don't really there just isn't really a lot that you can afford to cut without diluting your combo. I don't know. I'd be interested in hearing what everyone has to say about that. But for now, I think that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching and for just coming and hanging out with me in the channel here in 2024. I look forward to 2025 and bringing you a lot more legacy. So until then, stay safe, have a safe New Year's, and I'll be back with some more legacy. Bye bye.